ULTRAKILL, a game where you play as a vampiric robot descending through the depths of hell, because mankind is dead, blood is fuel, and hell is full. You master the martial art of throwing coins and promptly punch any projectiles coming at you. You massacre the 9 circles of hell, squeezing every ounce of blood out of whatever you can get your hands on. You rip through everything that comes your way because of your insatiable hunger for blood. Movement shooters are one of my favorite genres of games because they come with a high skill ceiling and a list of skills and tech to master. And when you start to understand the game's mechanics and you're able to pull them off consistently, it becomes fun to string together the different skills and techniques you've learned in stylish ways. ULTRAKILL encourages you to play aggressively, with absorbing the blood of your enemies being the only way to heal, and creatively by rewarding you with more style points for using different weapons and combining them together. Your arsenal of weapons is simple yet complex and allows for a lot of room for creativity. The more you play, the more you begin to understand your tools of destruction and the freedom they give you in the flow of combat. There is a little bit of a learning curve to this game, but trust me, it's so satisfying when the mechanics click. These systems are complemented by the impactful sound of vaporizing your enemies into a red mist with just your fist, paired with the phenomenal soundtrack and the group of weapons that work together to produce a symphony of style, with countless ways to paint the walls and floors red. It's safe to say there's no shortage of violence and style in this game. The mechanics of this game feel fresh and unique compared to other shooters out there. You can charge your shots, throw coins and shoot at them for aimbot, parry projectile, and my personal favorite, punching the bullets out of your own shotgun. The guns in this game have so many unexpected interactions with each other and give the game so much depth that will have you coming back for more. The best example of this would be the marksman pistol and its best friend, the coin.
You call shooting a coin a martial art?
Yes.
This might seem gimmicky at first, but it still feels a little satisfying to bounce the bullets off of the coin straight into your enemies. And you might try it at first and hit the coin and occasionally cause an explosion or a huge multi-kill. But as you continue to play, you'll realize that the coin is the strongest and most versatile tool in your arsenal, no matter what stage of the game that you're at, due to some additional interactions that the coin has that you may not see at first. At its core, the coin's job is to reflect projectiles, including the enemy's own projectiles, and even your own projectiles like your rail cannon and your charged shot. Additionally, your coins can split projectiles if you time your shots right. When the coin is in the air and you hear the coin start to sing as it falls back down, if you shoot it, it'll split and ricochet into 2 different enemies. You can even punch coins and it'll auto-aim itself to the nearest enemy. And on top of this, you have a lot of control over the velocity of the coin when it comes out. You could walk backwards so that the coin doesn't go out as far, and it's close enough for you to punch it. Or you could slide forward and throw the coin further, so you can hit enemies behind corners. Or you can hit a street clear from behind for an easy kill, or hit enemies that aren't immediately in your FOV. When you combine these together, you get quite a few stylish moves you could pull off. When fighting against a large enemy, you could throw a coin behind the enemy, switch to your rail cannon, shoot the rail cannon through the enemy, hit the coin, and have it reflect back through the enemy, dealing more than double the damage. You can launch a coin into orbit with your knuckle blaster, and then throw another coin and hit it with the rail cannon for an orbital strike. You see this funny rock right here? You can make him shoot himself back in the face by throwing a coin at him right as he's about to shoot. The more you play with the coin, the more it reveals its depth to you and all the actions you can take after simply clicking the right mouse button and launching that coin into the air. You'll eventually learn the trajectory of the coin and it'll become second nature to hit it. Throwing coins really is a martial art in ULTRAKILL, and it feels very rewarding to learn this skill. And keep in mind, this is one singular weapon amongst an entire roster of weapons with their own abilities and combinations, such as punching bullets coming out of your shotgun. This is the shotgun. You steal it from the swordsman and make it your own. The shotgun on its own deals decent damage, but it gets better when you combine it with your fist. Your fist parries all projectiles, including your own, so if you punch right after shooting some bullets, it becomes explosive and travels much faster. It makes shredding through large groups of enemies easy due to its explosive nature. It takes a bit of practice to get the timing down, but once you get it, it becomes part of your bread and butter moves. The second ability, the core eject, can also create explosions and can be shot from mid-air for an even bigger explosion. The other versions of the shotgun also have interesting abilities as well, such as the green shotgun, which lets you pump the shotgun multiple times to deal more damage with wider spread and even cause its own explosion when you overpump it. There's also the sawed-on shotgun, which takes a shotgun and just slaps a saw on it. You can rev up the chainsaw to cut through enemies and launch it so that you can juggle it with your fist. Since you have multiple shotguns, you can double pump it like it was Fortnite back in the days, and you could combine that with your fist to punch out a bunch of shotgun shots really quickly. The shotgun also has a distant cousin, the jackhammer. This gun, if you can even call it that, does not shoot any projectiles. Rather, it charges up its piston and releases it and deals damage in a small area proportional to the speed that you were going when you released it. This gun packs a punch so powerful that the game has to freeze for a second and just appreciate how much force you're about to hit this enemy with. It can one-shot the funny rock, which was such a challenge when you started out, but now you can just blast them with your jackhammer. This weapon makes you feel like you're punching with 1,000,000 pounds of force, turning everything into red mist. The sound of this weapon going off at max speed is just perfection. One of my favorite things to do with this weapon is to pogo stick jump off of enemies in the cyber grind with 2 pistons because they launch you pretty far backwards when it goes off. You can keep a combination of shotgun and jackhammer in your inventory, so you can use both in a variety of situations. Using these weapons is one of the most satisfying experiences in any first-person shooter I've ever played. The weapons is what makes this game feel so good to play. It encourages you to be creative and to play faster with more style. Each level you get a letter grade for how well you did based on your time, the amount of kills you got, and the style points you acquired. The letters go from D to A, S, and P rank for a perfect playthrough of the level. To get P rank, you need to get an S in the 3 categories and not die a single time. This adds replayability to the levels because you have something to come back and chase for. There are also multiple difficulty levels to add more challenge to your next playthrough. Additionally, you can unlock a secret level if you P rank all the levels in Act 1, and another one for P ranking all the levels in Act 2. I won't spoil what's behind these doors, but just know that you will struggle a lot. The cyber grind is another mode in this game that also adds a lot of replay value, where you just get to slay a bunch of enemies in the dynamically changing map, pushing the limits of what you're capable of. Each weapon has a role, and you're rewarded for experimenting, and that's part of what makes this game fun. None of the weapons are gimmicky in such a way that they're not useful, unlike some games like competitive shooters, where there's a clearly defined meta, leaving some weapons in the dust. And I hope upcoming games in the genre look to ULTRAKILL as an inspiration for what good FPS mechanics should feel like. This game is just addicting. The gunplay is like crack, and it's unique, because the best weapon is a spare change in your pocket. There's so many cool aspects about this game, and I'd highly recommend you check it out if you enjoy movement shooters and appreciate a well-designed and deep combat system. Smash like if you like, smash dislike if you don't, subscribe, and leave a comment if spare change is also your favorite weapon.